session I will continue English 1 lesson number 2 Gautama Buddha. So all of you take out page number 12, paragraph number 5. So in the previous session we learned that Gautama Buddha went out for the 4th time and he saw a man wearing simple clothes and his hair shaven, right? And he saw his face was full of peace and happiness, and he came to know that he had left all the worldly comforts and he wanted to roam from place to place. And his charioteer told him that such a man was wanting to serve God, right children? Now I will continue. Gautama began to think about life and death, happiness and sorrow. Most of all, he thought about the man who had nothing but was the happiest. For many nights, such thoughts crossed his mind. He decided to leave his comfortable palace and go from place to place. So Gautama began to think about life and death, the happiness and sorrow. And most of all, he thought about that man. He had left everything, right? But now he was the happiest. So many nights such thoughts crossed his mind, and finally he decided to leave his comfortable palace and go from place to place. So in the middle of the night, when there was a full moon and everything was quiet and peaceful, he slipped out of his palace. He shaved off his thick black hair, took off his princely robes, and putting on a simple yellow garment, he left his home with Chama, his charioteer. He sent Chama back to his palace on his white horse to tell his family what he had decided. So one day, in the middle of the night, when there was full moon and everything is quiet and calm, peaceful, that time Gautama slipped out from the palace. And what he did, he shaved off his thick black hair, took off his princely dresses, and he wore a simple yellow garment, and he left the palace with his charioteer Chama. And after that, he sent Chama back to his family to inform them what he had decided. Gautama began his life as a monk, living in the forest, learning about meditation and asceticism. So he began his life as a monk, where in the forest, learning about meditation and asceticism. Asceticism means living a simple life with no comforts. He had left all his comforts from the palace, right? He wanted to live a simple life with no comforts. At one time, he became so thin because he would eat so little that his ribs could be seen and even his backbone could be seen through his stomach. But Gautama realized that even this kind of life did not bring him any closer to the truth than when he used to lead a life of luxury in the palace. So at one time, he became so thin because he would eat so little that his ribs and backbones could be seen through his stomach. Then Gautama realized that even this kind of life did not bring him any closer to truth. So he once again started eating moderately. And his followers thought that he had given up his search for enlightenment. And his followers, his disciples thought that Gautama had given up his search for enlightenment. Enlightenment means what? The knowledge or wisdom. So his followers thought that he had given up his search for enlightenment. But Gautama found that there was a middle path between luxury and extreme self-denial, and this was called the middle path. Then Gautama found that there was a middle path between the luxury and the extreme self-denial. There is a middle path between the luxurious life and the self-denial. What do you mean by self-denial? Satisfies one's own desires without any desires. Okay, so there is a middle path. There is a path between the luxurious life and the extreme self-denial, and this path was called what? Middle path. Next, the 4 noble truths of Gautama. First one, the world is full of suffering. Suffering is caused by man's desires. Giving up these desires is the path of salvation. You can get salvation by following the 8-fold path. So, the 4 noble truths of Gautama is the world is full of suffering, right? The world is full of suffering. Everywhere people are suffering. And the suffering is caused by what? Man's desires. Then, giving up these desires is the giving up all these desires is the path for salvation. Salvation means what? Act of saving or protecting from harm. And how can you get salvation? You can get salvation by following eightfold path. The eightfold path of Gautama Buddha is first one, right view, next right intention, next right speech, right action, right livelihood, right effort, right mindfulness, and right concentration. These are the eightfold paths of Gautama Buddha. Buddha meditated by sitting under a peepal tree in Gaya in a cross-legged or lotus position. The tree is a sacred tree. Sitting under this tree, he thought about many things. He tried to achieve enlightenment. After many years, overcoming obstacles and temptations, he received enlightenment or Bodhi. That is why we know him today as Gautama Buddha. Then Gautama Buddha meditated by sitting under a peepal tree, where in Gaya in a cross-legged or lotus position. Then that tree is a sacred tree, a holy tree. Then sitting under the tree, he thought about many things and he tried to achieve enlightenment. But he achieved enlightenment after many years. He received enlightenment or Bodhi after many years. So that is why we know him today as Gautama Buddha. He taught people how to live simple lives. He taught people that if they want many things in life, they will find sorrow, not joy. Buddha also told people not to kill but to respect all forms of life, human life or animal life. He showed people how to live with each other in peace and harmony. And Gautama Buddha taught people how to live simple lives. And he taught people that if they want many things in their life, they will find sorrow, not joy. We should not desire for more things. If we more desire, what will happen? That will give sorrow only, not joy. And he taught people how to live simple lives. Buddha also told people not to kill, but to respect all forms of life. It can be human life or animal life. And he showed people how to live with each other in peace and harmony. Buddha spent 45 years traveling all around North India, preaching and teaching all kinds of people. When he was 80 years old, Buddha became ill and he died in a place called Kushinagar. And Buddha spent 45 years traveling around North India, preaching and teaching all kinds of people. So how many years he spent all around North India? 45 years. Okay. Then when he became 80 years, he became ill and he died in a place called Kushinagar. The teachings of Buddha spread all over India. Some of his followers spread his teachings to China and Tibet. They went as far as Japan and Korea and also to other countries like Sri Lanka, Thailand, Burma and Cambodia. The religion started by Buddha is known as Buddhism and the followers are called Buddhists. He died at the age of 80, right? And his disciples, his teachings was spread all over India. And some of his followers spread his teachings to China and Tibet. Some of them went as far as Japan, Tibet, Korea, Thailand, Burma, Sri Lanka and Cambodia. And the religion started by Buddha is known as Buddhism and the followers are called Buddhists. Okay, so this is a short life story of Buddha. I hope all you understood, children. Now we will move on to the TB exercises. Children, first may choose the correct option. First question is, Siddhartha was born on a dash night. A. Half moon, B. Crescent moon and C. Full moon. When Siddhartha was born on a full moon night, right? So option C, full moon. Put it in that box, okay? Next, number 2, Siddhartha was brought up by his mother, B. Aunt, C. Grandmother. Siddhartha was brought up by his aunt, right? So answer is option B. Second question, option A. Great teacher. B. Great ruler. C. Cruel king. And the answer is A. Great teacher. Option A. Great teacher. Fourth question. Gautama Siddhartha was married to a beautiful princess called A. Rukmani, B. Yashodhara, C. Shakuntala. And the answer is option B. Yashodhara. Fifth one, Gautama found that there was a path between luxury and extreme self-denial. This was called the A. Lower path, B. Upper path, C. Middle path. And the answer is option C. Middle path. Next, see me. True or false? First question. Siddhartha's mother was Maya. True or false? True, right? So write the box T. Next, number 2. He was born to a poor family. No, right? So the answer is false. Next, number 3. Siddhartha was a happy child. No, Siddhartha was not a happy boy, right? So this answer is wrong. So this sentence is wrong. Fourth one, Buddha meditated under a peepal tree. True, right? So write T. Fifth one, he taught ninefold path. Is that true? No, he taught eightfold path, right? So this is false. Next, sixth one, he died in Kapilavastu. Is that true? No, he died in Kusinagar. So this is wrong. So write F. Next, vocabulary. Fill in the blanks with TION or SION to complete the words given below. First one is MIS, blank given. So, MIS. If you then you have to add TION or SION. That is called what? Suffix. Okay, so you know, right? What is a suffix? Few letters are added after a root word is called what? Suffix. Okay, so we have to add here TION or SION to complete the words given below. Children, the first one, MIS. SION, mission. Okay. Next, MAN, SION, mansion. Next, CONVIC, conviction. Next, DECISION, decision. Next, EXPAN, SION, expansion. Next, VISION, vision. Next, TEN, SION, tension. Next, EXPLORATION, exploration. Next, ACTION, action. Next, PASSION, passion. Copy this, children. See, children, next here, EXPLORATION, exploration. Next, CREATION, creation. Next, FICTION, fiction. Next, MENTION, mention. Copy this, children. Children, next main, how many vowel sounds do these words have? Say them aloud and write them in the correct columns. So, we have to read and find out how many vowel sounds vowel sounds, 3 vowel sounds and 4 vowel sounds. See what are the words given? First one, absolutely. Absolutely will come in 3 vowel sounds column. See, absolutely. A, O and U only sounds. E is silent here. Absolutely. Okay. E is not pronouncing. So 3 vowel sounds. Write absolutely in 3 vowel sounds. Next, adjacent. Adjacent come under 3 vowel sounds. A, D, J, A, C, E, N, T. Adjacent. 3 vowel sounds. Next, basement. Basement comes under 2 vowel sound. A and E. Here, this E has no sound. Basement. So, 2 vowels. So, write in 2 vowel sounds. Basement. Next, complemented. Complemented comes under 4 vowel sounds. O, I, E and E. 4 vowel sounds. Next, concentrate. Concentrate comes under 3 vowel sounds. C-O-N-C-E-N-T-R-A-T-E. Concentrate. Here E has no sound. Next, laundry. Laundry comes under 2 vowel sounds. A and U. Next, remember. Remember comes under 3 vowel sounds. E, E and E. Remember. 3 vowel sounds. Next, routine. Routine comes under 3 vowel sounds. O, U and I. Routine. Here E has no sound. Next, scheduling. Scheduling comes under 3 vowel sound. E, U and I. 3 vowel sounds. So, write in 3 vowel sounds. Scheduling. Next, sufficient. Sufficient comes under 4 vowel sounds. U, I and E. Sufficient. So, write in 4 vowel sounds. Okay, children. Now, turn the next page. Creative writing. Write the summary of Buddha's life in 2 paragraphs. So, you have learned this lesson right. You know this lesson right. So, you try to write Buddha's life in short paragraph. Okay. So, I hope you all understood this lesson, children. Thank you.